I am a night shift nurse who's treated celebrities, criminals, and billionaires. I've only broken patient confidentiality once to save a girl who didn't know she was in danger. 12 years on hospital night shifts means I've seen it all. Gunshot wounds at 3 a.m. A famous actor overdosing while his security team tried to keep it quiet. A tech billionaire having a panic attack who offered me a job on the spot. Night nurses are the invisible guardians of people at their most vulnerable and their most unguarded. We're trained to maintain absolute confidentiality. Your secrets stay with us, whether you are a terrified teenager hiding a pregnancy or a senator with a condition you don't want leaked to the press. I've been offered bribes, threats, and once a new car to forget what I've seen. I've never wavered until Haza. She arrived at 2:18 a.m. on a Tuesday, petite blonde, early 20s. Her chart said she'd fainted at a club, standard protocol. A fluids, basic blood work, discharge by morning. Nothing unusual. Except for the man who brought her in. He was at least 20 years older. Designer watch, custom suit, even at this hour. He hovered uncomfortably close, answering questions for her, his hand always on her shoulder, her arm, her thigh. My fiancé reflections, he kept saying. Though she wore no ring, I'll handle everything. While he stepped out to take a call, I checked her vitals. That's when I noticed faint bruising around her wrists, partially concealed by bracelets. When I asked, she whispered it happened during couples yoga. Her talk screen came back positive for Rohypnol. When I returned to her room, she was alone, groggily scrolling through her phone. I glimpsed what looked like images of documents before they disappeared. Your test results are concerning, I said carefully. Is there someone else I should call for you? He'll be upset if I involve anyone else, she murmured. I've heard that phrase countless times in my career. It's never followed by anything good. While updating her chart, I noticed the admission form listed her emergency contact as Thomas Warner. The name was vaguely familiar. I took my break early and did something I'd never done before. I searched her name online. The results were chilling. Maya Anderson, recent MBA graduate, newly hired at Warner Financial. 3 articles about her meteoric rise at the company, and then older news. Thomas Warner's previous assistant had filed harassment charges 2 years ago before suddenly dropping them and moving across the country. The most recent photo showed Addis at a company event standing beside Warner, the same man who'd brought her in with that same possessive hand on her lower back. When I returned, Warner was back showing the doctor something on his phone and insisting she just needed rest. I'll take her home and monitor her, he said. The doctor, nearing the end of a 14-hour shift, was nodding. I accidentally spilled water on Tez's discharge papers, buying time. Then I did something that could have cost me my license. I wrote my personal number on a pamphlet about headache prevention and slipped it to her with a note. The drug in your system isn't from alcohol. Check your back pocket before you leave. In her back pocket, I'd placed a printout of the harassment articles and a domestic violence hotline card. Warner was distracted by a call when Tezish excused herself to the bathroom. She never returned to her room. Security footage later showed her exiting through the staff entrance, where my sister was waiting in her car as I'd texted her to do. 3 days later, my phone rang from an unknown number. Thank you, Tezit said. He had videos of me looking through his laptop. He was going to use them. Where are you? I asked. Safe, she replied. I am meeting with lawyers tomorrow and police. 6 months later, Thomas Warner was indicted on multiple charges, including drugging employees and corporate espionage. Redout Iberdets had been gathering evidence against him for weeks after finding a hidden camera in her apartment bathroom. The hospital never discovered my involvement, though I did receive a bouquet with a card simply signed. Some people say healthcare workers shouldn't get involved in patients' personal lives, but sometimes what looks like a simple fainting spell is actually a silent cry for help, and sometimes breaking the rules is the only way to help someone break free.